Hello. Yep, I reckoned I would stop within for a bit, record another video for you. I got a story to tell you today. It's pretty addling, a bit esoteric, I don't reckon it occurs to a plethora of people. Okay, so I believe the guy who sits by me within English shat himself today. Now, I was a bit pensive to tell this story within the case this channel gets shared around schools, someone discovers it and it's conveyed around and he discovers it and he gets all huffy. I don't really care, so I'm just going to share it with you. So, I went in English and it was about 11 o'clock today, around that sort of time period. And we're currently reading an Inspector Calls, which is a bag of arse book. It's just the most impertinent, conclude every segment of progress of the lesson just so we can analyse the book sort of text you'll ever locate, besides something like Hobson's Choice. It's pretty redolent of that. Anyway, that's an aside. Sat down and we have to share books, so he procured a book and he sat down by me and we just, did the ubiquitous sort of thing. Well, tractably, about 10 minutes through the lesson, there is this pungent aroma. And the only way I can describe it to you is like really concentrated sulphur. Like uber concentrated. You'll never recede from it, it's just stagnant on the air. Like liquid ass, if you ever sprayed that, it's what it was redolent of. So, I don't mention it because I believe you may have just farted or something. This sort of thing occurs. There's sometimes you procure a really pungent fart, you can't alter it, that's just how it is. So I look up and he is sweating bullets, like literally like a fucking cartridge from a carbine has been unloaded on his head and it's pouring down. Absolutely just lacerated with sweat. I mean, he had like tears building within his eyes and he just threw, literally like lunged his hand up within the air, and he told the teacher he wanted to go to the toilet. And it was pretty inferable to me what had occurred at this point is that he shat himself within an English classroom with another 17 students while reading an Inspector Calls. Now here's where it gets a bit screwy, okay? He leaps up off of the chair. Everything is fine. He goes to the bathroom, presumably, inferably, to claw the shit out of his pants, which is a really piteous situation, especially when you're surrounded by teenagers who have just passed puberty. Or better yet, they're within it at the minute. And he returns within tears, still lacerated with sweat, still pensive, still really within the shits, quite literally. And the aroma's still there, which I thought was weird because, like, I know he carries around like a bottle of deodorant, so I'm assured he would have just sprayed it in there to delete that sort of aroma, mitigate it a bit. However, no, it's still there, and when he leaps up to conclude the lesson, there's there's a little puddle of brown on his bum, and I'm like, oh god, he's going to break with that on. It's like absolutely addling, and I had to sit. I was at the forefront because I sit directly by him, so I have to sit through the aroma the whole lesson. It's addling, especially when it's his time to talk. Like, you can visualise him like shuffling round on the chair, like really trying not to hyperbolise what's just occurred, although everybody's enlightened at this stage and everybody's absolutely just besmirching him. By the time the lesson's over and he's within the corridor, he is procuring jip after jip after jip. He's being besmirched within the fucking corridor. It's like he was Eric Harris or Dylan Klebold or something, and he survived the shooting, the one that had survived the shooting. And he was just, absolutely just Adeline. He was within tears. He came streaming back to the bloody bathroom, to the bathroom, the toilets, to rectify all of his tears because he didn't want to look like a pussy within a face-to-face, and he doesn't. That's not pushiest comportment. Nobody wants to defecate on themselves within class. Absolutely Adeline. I just pray that never occurs to me, you know?